A 16-year-old girl was attacked and murdered on a busy street with no intervention by bystanders. This is the tragic story of Sakshi Dixit. "16-year-old Sakshi was attacked by her 20-year-old ex-boyfriend Sahil Khan in the Shahabad Dairy area of Delhi, India on the 28th of May 2023. It has been reported that the two had known each other for over 4 years and had dated since 2021. Although they had known each other for a long time, Sakshi didn't get to know the real Sahil until after they were in a relationship. Sahil was known by all those around to be a quiet guy until someone said anything against his religion. When that happened, he turned into a different person. But apart from that, Sahil was also very controlling. When Sakshi found out Sahil wasn't who he claimed to be and he wasn't the nice and put-together man he had portrayed himself to be, she decided to end the relationship. But Sahil wouldn't have that. He felt he was the man, and he was the only one who could decide when the relationship would end. According to Sakshi's friends, he bombarded her with calls and showed up wherever she was, basically stalking her. At first, Sakshi wanted to handle things on her own by keeping his threats to herself. But when she couldn't take it any longer, she confided in her close friends, telling them about all of Sahil's threats. She was also scared he was going to harm her parents if she didn't do what he wanted. Her friends assured her he was all bark and no bite, and to show their support for her, they joined her in warning him to stay away from Sakshi. When Sahil heard she was back in touch with another ex, he lost it and the two got into another argument. This time, the threats were so much that Sakshi's friends decided to confront him. The confrontation between Sakshi, her friends Bhavna and Jabru, and Sahil took place on the 27th of May. The girls threatened Sahil and asked him to stay away, and Sahil, being the misogynist he is, felt insulted by this. The conversation ended with Sakshi telling him not to call or message her again, and he wasn't going to have that, and so, he did something that in his twisted mind, would make her pay for trying to leave him. On the 28th of May 2023, Sakshi returned from the market and went to a public toilet to change as she had to go for a birthday party. This was around 8:40 p.m. As soon as she came out of there, Sahil Khan accosted her and attacked her. He kept stabbing her even as dozens of people walked past, most of whom minded their business. One time, a man tried to stop Sahil but ran away when he was threatened with the knife. He continued to stab her until he was satisfied, and then, he crushed her body and her head with a massive cement boulder, ensuring she was dead, before walking away from the scene, with no intervention by bystanders. The police soon arrived after Sahil had left the scene and took Sakshi to the hospital. She was declared dead on arrival. When police started their investigation, Sakshi's parents mentioned Sahil's name as the boy she had been moving around with. CCTV footages from the crime scene confirmed Sahil Khan was her attacker. When they got to his parents' house, they were told he had fled and was nowhere to be found. It wasn't long before Sahil contacted his father to tell him where he was. Thankfully, at the exact moment he called his father, the police were at his father's house. Sahil Khan was finally arrested on the 29th of May, a day after the murder. During interrogation, Sahil claimed he was in a fit of rage and didn't know what he was doing. According to him, he was angry at Sakshi for breaking up with him and moving on to another man, but his actions have been found to be premeditated. He had bought the knife 15 days before and had even threatened Sakshi again the night before. He claimed Sakshi was materialistic, moving on to someone who had a motorcycle. All his excuses do not make his actions right, and he is currently in police custody, awaiting trial. Sakshi's parents have stated that they wish for the death penalty, and Sahil's parents have also said they have no issue with their son paying for his crimes. Perhaps the saddest part of Sakshi's death is that the young woman died a senseless death, all because she was no longer interested in being with a man who felt entitled to her time. All those people passing by and no one could stop to help. Yes, he was with a knife, but people could have joined hands together to stop him, instead of walking by like they couldn't see a young man brutally taking a young girl's life. He was so focused on what he was doing, that if only more people were courageous, then maybe we would still have Sakshi with us. The bystander effect is real, and we all have a part to play in ensuring it becomes a thing of the past. May Sakshi's soul rest in peace.